All right, hello and welcome everyone to the call. This is your host, Brandon Boyd. Excited to have you here on training number 251. Topic title for today is business time management. Just by raise of hands, you could put a 111 inside of that chat box if you struggle to really find the time or make the time to build the business, trade, work on your health, work on your relationship, whatever it is. Go ahead and drop a 111 inside the chat. If that's something that you're struggling with, kind of how to balance and actually be successful, be elite, go ahead and drop that inside the chat. I was listening to Ed Milet the other day, and he was talking about balance. A lot of people ask him about balance. And what he says is that he doesn't. He said, wherever I am present. He said, that's how I balance things out. He goes, whether it's on the stage, I'm there. My kids, I'm there. My wife, I'm there. My health, my workout at the gym, he said, I'm there. I'm present. He said, that's how I balance things out. He goes, I don't think that everything can ever be personally balanced. You never become elite, right? But what I want to talk about today is helping each of you scheduling the right time to build your business and to trade and be successful all at the same time, okay? I do want to give you my trading journey, just kind of the cliff notes. I've done over 7 years of trading. Now, that doesn't mean I've been successful for over 7 years. Absolutely failed in the beginning, for sure. I tried many different strategies. I tried a lot of different trading sessions. In fact, I remember for a period of time, it was a short period of time, I actually stayed up for the London session. I would listen to Christopher Derrick, and I said, you know what? I think the London session is the secret session, and the reason why I'm losing money with trading is because I'm doing the New York session and the Asian session. And so I thought, hey, everyone's staying up for the London session. That's where they're making the money. Well, guess what? I stayed up, I lost money, and then I couldn't wake up at the same time because I was too tired. So I'd wake up each day looking like Rocky Balboa with black circles under my eyes. My wife one day asked me if I was a raccoon. Because I had raccoon eyes. So I decided that with my life, my health, my marriage, and my family, that waking up for the London session and trying to function the rest of the day long term would guarantee me one thing, an early death. So I decided to stop doing that. Trying all the different trading sessions was not the thing. Trying all the different strategies was not going to be the thing. I tried a lot of different strategies. I thought, man, bounce back's going to work. Swipe trade, swipe coin, all these different strategies and apps are out there. That is the ticket to my dreams. And guess what? It was not. I followed a lot of different educators, but I kind of found that if I was following a bunch of different educators, I was actually becoming more confused, not getting clarity. It would be like trying to look at all the different religions out there. Which one should I be a part of? There's too many. So I stopped following all these different educators. In fact, I also wanted to quit many, many times. I think in my mind, probably wanted to quit 1,000 times, thought trading doesn't work. Maybe I'm at the end of my journey with the business side as well. I wanted to quit. I did not believe that maybe that this is the thing that I should continue on and maybe I should look into doing something else. So I think a lot of you can relate with that, but that is my trading and building journey. Now, what I like to tell people is that trading is much like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. When I was younger, there was a Nintendo game called Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and it was very difficult to actually get up to him to fight. And then when you would get up to him to fight, he was typically very good with his uppercuts, and I did not win until I did eventually win. And what I do tell people is that you will get killed in the market if you do not have a loss plan. I didn't have a loss plan. I just wanted to win, right? But everybody has a great plan for life until life punches them in the face. And I'm not going to count that quote as my own. I stole that from Mike Tyson, who probably stole it from somebody else. But like a video game, I knew personally that I would eventually win if I did not give up. So I made revisions, I fixed some things, worked on my mindset, started to focus more, and said, look, less is more. Not more is more, less is more. And eventually I started winning, okay? All right, so I have 5 keys to success. All right? And I want you guys to really take some notes here because these have been the keys that have helped me in building the business, but also trading. So specifically, I want to talk about trading right now. These are the 5 keys to success. They're not the only keys, but these are the 5 major keys to success in regards to trading from my personal experience. Number 1 is never hurry. I believe the one who hurries eventually loses. In my past, I was hasty. I was not prudent. I just wanted to get stuff done. Let's get it going. Come on, let's win. And so the fear of missing out got me to get in the market, but to also get punched in the face in the market. So what I tell people is that patience is a virtue. Do not hurry. We're not talking about overnight success, 1 week success, 1 month success. We're talking about years and decades down the road to success. And guess what? You're not going to have to wait years to make money in the market. That's not the point. But you need to develop patience if you want to be successful. Number 2, do not make decisions when you are tired. That's why the London session, with me being in the USA, it didn't work. Because tired eyes rarely see a good future. I was too tired. I remember having blurry vision looking at the screen. All I could think about was how exhausted I was. So what I tell people is choose a session that works best for you. So if you live in Europe or Asia and maybe the London session works good for you and your schedule and your life, fantastic. Go for that. Okay? Choose a session that works best for you. Guys, you want to go for long-term results instead of an immediate return. And that's why I tell people, make decisions that last for years, not weeks. People with this, look, there's no question. With YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, we live in a microwave mentality today, but that's also the very thing that can sting us from long-term success and happiness. Make decisions that last for years, not weeks. Become a long-term thinker with your trading account. Be thinking years down the road, not weeks. If you have the mentality that I need to make money today so that I can pay my monthly subscription or my rent or my car payment, let me guarantee you one thing, you'll lose. All right? You can't have that mentality. You got to change this to, I'm not using this money, especially in the beginning, to pay any bills. Right now, I'm learning, and I'm not to touch that money. This money's to compound, and it's to grow. That's the mentality that you have to have. Here's another thing. Keep your lot size in proportion. So when I say lot size, that would be your risk, okay? In proportion to the size of your account. For example, for me personally, when I do a trade, I typically go for 1% risk, okay? Which means if I lose on that trade, I lose a maximum of 1%. Now, I'm not saying you have to do the same thing. That's just the style. That's what I've chosen for myself. And the reason why I say this is that an account with $0 in it changes 0 lives, including your own. So the key is to keep and protect the account, not blow the account. It is to keep the money and protect the account over time. And you do that by what? Keeping your risk in proportion with a balance of your account. That is how you keep it long-term growing, okay? And here's another thing. Always be learning. I remember one of our former educators, they actually had a shirt that said, always a student. You know, always be learning. You got to say to yourself, I'm getting better and better every day in every way. And so what I tell people is never peak in your learning unless you want to stunt the growth in your accounts. See, for me, I'm 42 years young. I am definitely not done learning. I've got decades left to learn stuff. I'm always learning, and I don't care where the truth comes from. I used to care. I used to say, well, if this guy's over here tell me how to work out and do a bicep curl and he himself is not in shape, why should I listen to him? Well, he may actually say something that's true, so I need to listen even if he's not learning it or living it himself, right? So don't peak in your learning because one idea can change your life. In fact, I like what Ed Milet said. He wrote a recent book, and he said, one idea, one relationship, one tip can completely transform your situation. So that's why I say never peak in your learning, always be a student. Okay? All right. Now, the second part that I want to talk about is finding time to build your business. Now, this is important because a lot of people say, but when am I supposed to build? I had a guy say yesterday, I'm working 10 hours a day. I've got a family. How can I do it? I'm going to break this down and show you guys how you can do it and how you have more time in your day than you think that you do. Zig Ziglar was one of the first people that I ever listened to on audio, and I read his book, See You at the Top. And he gave a great quote that I've never forgotten. He said, lack of direction, not lack of time, is the problem. We all have 24 hours a day. And he even said, whether you're the president of your country or a pauper, everybody has 24 hours a day. And so it is the priorities of our day. It is what we are putting as the top most important items of our day. The things that we care about the most are the things that we're going to put our time into. And those actions will actually show within our results what we care most about. Okay? All right, so let's talk about this. How to be more efficient and actually make the time building the business. And here's what I say, it's not time. It's what you do with the time. People think, I need to have an hour, 2 hours to work out. No, you don't. It's about the quality of the time that you're putting in. Same with the business, same with your relationship, your health, everything, okay? Here's what I tell people. Make sharing I am, okay, a part of who you are. It's a part of your identity. So for me, I don't even have to set aside time. It's just a part of what I do. So when people say, what do you do for work? I trade. That's what I do. So I don't need to set aside time. Whether I'm online or offline, I make the time because it's a part of my identity. So I'm always marketing. I'm always advertising. I don't have to set aside time of the day to do it. Now I realize some of you are saying, yeah, but Brandon, you don't work a job 8 to 10 hours a day. But guess what, guys? I guarantee you, most of you watching this right now, you're on social media a couple hours a day. Are you saying that on social media, when you connect with people, you can't tell them what you do for a living and ask them what they're doing for a living? You see what I'm saying? The time is there. The question is, how are we prioritizing the time? Are we just looking for the news updates and the ESPN apps to see who's winning? Are we scrolling our social media feeds, watching people on social media do certain things and say certain things that don't matter? Now, I'm not saying that you can't ever chill and scroll. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, how much time are we spending doing mindless stuff versus stuff that's actually going to move the needle? That's what I'm saying. So here's one of the things I do. I post every day on social media. Every day I'm posting, whether it's a reel, a photo, a thought-provoking quote. I post every day, multiple times, to pique people's interest. And I don't just talk about the business, the lifestyle, the trading and all that. I talk about my health. I talk about my family. I talk about the business. I talk about travel. I talk about how much I love trading. So what I do is I'm kind of making this circle of different types of things to talk about. Heck, even comical stuff is good to post because people will come back and they'll see this is a normal, regular, everyday human being that likes to laugh and crack a few jokes. So I like to put different kinds of things on my wall or my stories to get people to come back. Here's another thing I tell people as far as how to be more efficient with your time. Personal development, PD, is not an option if you want to be successful long term. I do not know where I'd be if 23 years ago I did not get connected with personal development, reading books, listening to audios. It absolutely changed my life at the age of 19. If you want to be successful long term, you need to feed your mind with good, uplifting information as well as educational information. So if it's just motivational stuff all the time, that may not be enough. You can be motivated, but if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the strategy, right, then it doesn't matter how motivated you are. You're just going to be motivated and be broke listening to audios all day, okay? Another thing, reach out to 2 to 5 people per day. That is a plan that I told my team years ago, that because most people are doing this part-time, what they should do is they should reach out to 2 to 5 people a day. Now, I'd love to say reach out to 20 a day, but that's not realistic. People aren't going to do that. Like we would hope that they would do that, but they're not going to do that, I can guarantee you, because they're not doing this full-time, okay? So reaching out to 2 to 5 people per day, online or offline, to expose them to what it is that we do. They say, well, what do I expose them with? That's another training I have called The Perfect Invite to Trading. Look it up on my YouTube channel. The Perfect Invite to Trading is how I show people how to reach out, okay? Attend webinars consistently to always be learning and improving your skill set. For example, you guys are on one right now. Maybe you're watching this on YouTube. Maybe you're watching this on Zoom. Attend webinars consistently. I am constantly on webinars. I'm constantly at events. I'm learning. I'm improving my skill set. Remember, one idea, one bit of information can change my situation. It can for you as well. So webinars like the Zooms, the YouTube videos, the Go Lives and all that are going to give you that information that could give you that extra push, that extra nudge, and extra information that you need to actually be able to apply and change what your situation is now. Okay. So attend all live events. So that could be conventions and all that. And I say whenever possible. I realize for most people, they can't go to all of them. There are ones out in Europe, another's Asia, another's Latin America. You're thinking, not only do I not have the time, I frankly don't have the money. Okay. If you don't have the money, then get on the live stream. Whatever it takes, you will do. That's a mentality that you have to have. And the reason why I say live events is at live events, you are around winners, not whiners. See, the whiners, they'll just say, the ticket was too expensive, or it's too far away, or I'm not making money anyway. You want to get around eagles. You got to get rid of the crows of your life, at least a distance from them, okay? So you got to get around people that are winning. Now, for me, with all transparency, I personally trade with Dr. Lee, maybe around 30, 45 minutes a day. Now, our charts are up during the day, but as far as trading time, we're focused on one session, typically New York. Again, that's not the secret session. It's what works best for us, our family, when we come in the office and all that. But that window time might be 30 minutes, 45 minutes as things are kind of moving, take a couple of trades, and we're done for the day. The rest of the day is open and available to build the business even with a job. Guys, for those who try and make excuses, I used to work 40 to 60 hours a week. I know what it's like to be in a job and be busy. I know what it's like to be in a job and be exhausted and not want to come home. The last thing that you want to do is make contacts, right? You just want to chill. I get it. I've been there. But here's the bottom line. Most people have 4 hours a day of free time. I did a whole training on that where it shows you that you have about 4 hours a day outside of work to be able to work on your health, spend time with your family, work on the business, learn more about trading, and so forth. The time is there, and that 4 hours is going to determine the type of life that you want to live. So here's some evidence. This shows an example of my calendar. Now, I'm busy every day. I can tell you that I am a busy person every single day. On average, do 6, 7, 8 webinars between Go Live and Zooms on a daily basis. And so what I tell people is, in fact, I asked them, are you too busy to do the business? Well, here's the reality. Excuses sound best to those who make them. So I'll break it down for you. You work 8 hours a day on average. That leaves you 16 hours left. Let's give you 8 hours of sleep. That leaves you 8 hours left. Let's give you 4 hours of time, getting ready, driving, family time, personal time, TV time, gym time, etc. That still leaves you 4 hours left. And so what you do with those 4 hours, that's going to determine the quality of your life, how much money you make, the impact that you make, and the lives that you change and so forth. And so what I tell people is, don't make the excuses for lack of time being the reason that you cannot build the business. It is not lack of time. It is lack of direction. It is lack of desire. It is lack of discipline. Now, a person says, but Brandon, you don't understand. I got a second job. Fine. Sleep less hours. Do what it takes. You don't have the option but to make it happen on the side unless you want to spend the rest of your life working to make someone else's dreams come true. And that is the truth. And that's the bottom line. And if you're offended by it, then you need to choose not to be offended by it and take more action to change your situation. Look, people say, but you don't understand, Brandon. I'm a single mom. I'm a single dad. Yeah, so was I. I know what it's like to be single and have children. It is not easy. I went through that too. It is busy as heck. But guess what? I overcame. You are a giant killer. You are a conqueror. If I can overcome it, if these other single moms can overcome it and they're still successful, you can be successful as well. Okay? So here's the thing. Jim Rohn said, don't mistake movement for achievement. They say, well, I'm busy. The question is, busy doing what? What exactly are you doing to be productive? For most people, they're frickin' wasting time. That's what they're doing. Give me your cell phone. Let me see the amount of time that you're on social media every day, right? Let me see all the text messages of stuff that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about being productive, not being busy. All right, guys, I truly believe that each of you can balance and be successful in your life, whether it's with your health, your business, your trading, your relationship. The time is there. Don't waste the hours. Don't waste the minutes. Take advantage of what you have right in front of you. So guys, this is Brandon Boyd signing off. If you like today's training and you got some value out of it, go ahead and put value inside of that chat box. I appreciate every single one of you for watching this and hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you, everyone.